Hello and welcome to this video. Today we will make a Spanish empire. Alright, let's color it the islands too. Alright, now we can start. The first thing that Spain will do is invade Andorra. After the invasion of Andorra, which will be very swift, Spain will start marching its forces towards the west. And after lining its forces in the border of Portugal, right here, they will attack Portugal. So let's see how this invasion is going to go. The first thing Spanish troops do is actually break through the middle of the Portuguese army and reach the sea. This way they separate Lisbon and Porto from each other. Then a second division of troops will start marching from the north, trying to encircle Porto, and they will be very successful at it. After that, we'll see that Portugal has made a counter-offensive, nearly liberating Porto, but the Spanish troops that were just in Porto, they go down and they basically siege Portugal. After that, the whole country basically hasn't anybody to defend it, and after the siege continues for 35 days, they completely collapse, and then the government surrenders. They never actually capture the Azores, by the way, but Spain will actually capture the Azores in the peace treaty and the whole of Portugal. Okay, let me color this stuff in. Alright, now, except these two small ports, Spain doesn't have anything else in Africa, so they will launch an invasion of Morocco. Morocco is actually a pretty strong country, and they will be able to capture these ports and actually start something like an naval warfare, though quickly they will lose the battle because Spain has actually superior navy, and Spain will start to ready itself to invade the northern coast, and after enough time, a landing will take place, and they will barely hold on for the next ship to supply the area, and then they will make an offensive to cut this area from the rest while a new landing is happening here, and with that they will be able to capture the whole of the peninsula and re-liberate the port. After that they go towards Rabat, encircle it, but not being able to capture it. So they just try to continue further, but they are not much able, except of encircling this area, basically making it surrender. Then Morocco will launch a counter-offensive, which is going to be very powerful, completely encircling Rabat, and not only that, but also divide the Spanish forces in these two areas. Spain will send troops in both areas. After a bit of preparation, they will launch a new offensive trying to encircle these troops. After being successful in wiping them out, Morocco is very much ready to collapse. So Rabat is captured and the rest of Morocco is slowly collapsing, with very little troops going across the country and basically capturing areas. After a great amount of Morocco being captured or separated, the country decides to surrender finally. The peace treaty, Spain will capture the whole of the north of Morocco. So like that. And after that, they will decide that's now the time to go towards Algeria. After the invasion of Algeria, another country actually joins. That's going to be Tunisia. Tunisia joined because it feels threatened by Spain and really wanting to help Algeria to not fall from this European new superpower. Actually, between the invasion of Morocco and the invasion of Algeria, there was a time span of like 10 years in between where Spain basically rebuilt itself 10 times better. So with barely any naval warfare, they will be able to land in the north of Tunis after encircling the city, capturing it too. So Tunisia basically has collapsed, and Algeria just has a new front. Spain really just put defenses right here because they believe that the mountains are going to not let Algeria advance too much except this bit. So also a new landing will take place right here, just right on Algiers, trying to encircle probably the city. And after a bit of advancing, they will stop and start uh, making trenches. After enough time, they realize that Algeria doesn't really have that many bombs, and they bomb the whole of, like, not the north because the north they want it, but everything like here, and they start bombing it. So very little equipment remains up here because actually Algeria thought that it would be a smart move retreating into the desert. So slowly but surely they expand, and they will be even able to encircle Algiers. After capturing the whole north coast and finally capturing Algiers, the Algerian and Tunisian government decides to sit down to uh, what's the word I'm like, to negotiate peace. All right, let's see what they are going to come up with. All right. Actually, Algeria will completely backstab Tunisia, giving all of Tunisia to Spain, with the deal that they will keep Algiers and the coast around it. So yeah, this was a big backstab, but okay. Even if Tunisia joined to help. So now, also they made a pact that they will not invade each other for 50 years. Now, Spain, feeling very powerful, decided decided to go after their old claims in Italy, and they will try to capture as much as they can of southern Italy. After blockading the Strait of Messina, they will capture Sicily, and after Sicily, Sardinia. And now a naval conflict is happening. The Spanish are winning, but they are not able to land on the coasts because they were very heavily defended. So after 2 whole years of fighting, they have to peace out with Italy and just capturing the islands. Then they decided that it would be a smart idea if they invade the French, A, blitzkrieg through Corsica, which they found actually a nuclear weapon there. So that's interesting, which France wasn't able to get away. And yeah, just fight, yeah, just, yeah, no. So after a bit, France will have to concede because Spain just threatened to bomb Paris. And even if France can respond, I think Paris is more valuable than Corsica, so yeah. So yeah, now Spain will go over to the Caribbean and send an ultimatum to all of these countries, where only two will accept Jamaica, and the Bahamas, which will accept to join them. The others deny it, so yeah, then the Spanish just declare war on them. After that, the Spanish king went into DC and made a treaty with the USA that the USA will get Cuba and Spain can get Puerto Rico. So that's interesting. Alright, so Spanish troops landed in the south of Cuba and in Haiti, where it's kind of chaotic right now. So yeah, they just blasted Haiti and the Dominican Republic. After this, they just captured the rest of the Cuban island with a little bit of difficulty, and then they annexed everything. And now we will see the trade taking place, where we see only the main island of Cuba, not this one, which I don't know the name of, but the whole Cuban island will go over to the USA, and the USA will give Spain Puerto Rico. So yeah, this is the Spanish Empire in its peak, but now the king died and he had 3 sons, so he will split his empire into 3. Let's see what these 3 will be. The first one will be the nation of Caribbean. In Spanish, I don't know how it is. Then Tunisia will get to be independent, and not just independent, but also keep Corsica, which is very interesting. And then the biggest son will get Spain and the Azores. So that's the Spanish Empire, and bye.